Your workshop is outdated. Right now, professionals are cutting twice as fast, drilling with perfect precision, and completing projects in half the time, using tools you've never even heard of. I've got 10 ingenious workshop tools so revolutionary, they're changing how pros build everything. The first one eliminated back pain for thousands of woodworkers, and number 7 makes perfect cuts even when you're shaking. By the end of this video, your Amazon cart will be full, and your excuses for unfinished projects will be gone. Tool number 1. Craig 720 Pro Pocket Hole Jig System. Let's start with the game changer that's revolutionizing how woodworkers join pieces, the Craig 720 Pro. This isn't your basic pocket hole jig. The auto-adjust mechanism instantly sets the perfect depth for any wood thickness from 1/2 to 1 to 1/2 inches without measuring or guessing. The clamping system locks down with one simple push, keeping everything perfectly aligned while you drill. Woodworkers report saving up to 40% assembly time compared to traditional methods. And that dust collection port, it captures 95% of the wood dust that used to go everywhere. At $149, it's not cheap, but the precision joints, reduced back strain from not bending over, and professional results on your very first try make this the #1 investment that separates amateur shops from professional ones. The waiting list was months long when it launched. That's how badly pros wanted this. Tool number 2. DeWalt Atomic 20V Max Impact Driver. You're still using that bulky impact driver that can't reach tight spaces. The DeWalt Atomic 20V Max is 35% smaller than standard drivers, but delivers a shocking 1,700 inch-pounds of torque. At just 2.1 pounds, it fits perfectly in one hand and reaches spots you thought were impossible. The 3 LED lights eliminate shadows completely, and the brushless motor gives you 30% more runtime than previous models. Contractors are switching their entire crews to these because they're getting jobs done faster with less fatigue. For $129, you're getting the power of a full-size tool that fits in your back pocket. How much time are you wasting fighting with your oversized driver in tight spaces? Tool number 3. Rockler Dust Right Flex Support System. The silent workshop killer isn't your power tools, it's the dust. The Rockler Dust Right Flex Support System has transformed how professionals handle this health hazard. This modular setup uses 4-inch diameter hoses that collect 65% more dust than standard shop vacs, with quick connect ports that snap onto any tool in seconds. The wall-mounted ports mean your hose is always where you need it, and the system expands as your shop grows. Woodworkers with respiratory issues report being able to work twice as long without discomfort. At $219 for the starter kit, it's the difference between breathing sawdust for years or keeping your lungs protected while working cleaner and faster. When was the last time you could see the actual color of your workshop floor? Tool number 4. Milwaukee M12 Installation Drill Driver. 4 tools in 1. The Milwaukee M12 Installation Driver is the multi-tool that's making other drills obsolete. With 4 interchangeable heads, a drill chuck, offset driver, right angle driver, and hex driver, you can tackle any installation job without switching tools. The offset head reaches just 2 inches from cabinet edges, places no other drill can touch. Professionals are reporting 30% faster cabinet installations and plumbing fixes. The digital clutch gives you 16 different torque settings for perfect control, whether you're drilling through metal or driving tiny screws into delicate finishes. For $179, you're essentially getting 4 precision tools that all run on the same battery. How many times have you given up on a project because you couldn't reach that one impossible angle? Tool number 5. Woodpecker's Precision Woodworking Tools One-Time Tools. Perfect measurements aren't a luxury. They're the difference between a professional result and a frustrating do-over. Woodpecker's one-time tools are American-made, milled from solid aluminum to tolerances of 0.01 inch, thinner than a human hair. Their limited edition T-square is machined so precisely that it guarantees 90-degree corners on every project. Cabinet makers swear by these tools because they eliminate measurement errors that compound throughout a project. At $149 for the T-square, it's an investment that pays for itself the first time you don't have to rebuild a project from scratch. Professional workshops display these red tools prominently because they're both functional and status symbols. When was the last time your measurements were absolutely, undeniably perfect? Tool number 6. Festool Domino Joiner Div 500. Forget dowels, biscuits, and even pocket holes. The Festool Domino DF500 is why professional furniture looks different from DIY projects. This revolutionary tool cuts perfect mortises for floating tenons in seconds, creating joints stronger than the wood itself. The rotating fence cuts at perfect angles from 0 to 90 degrees, and the depth adjustment system allows for mortises of exactly the right size every time. Furniture makers report building tables 70% faster with joints that never fail. Yes, it's $1,200, making it the most expensive tool on our list. But it's also the one that most dramatically separates professional-grade work from everything else. Custom furniture builders charge thousands more for projects because clients can't tell the difference between their work and factory-made pieces. How much is your time worth when building something that should last generations? Tool number 7. Stabilitech electronic levels. Crooked shelves, uneven cabinets, pictures that never hang straight, all eliminated by Stabilitech electronic levels. These German-engineered marvels give you digital readouts accurate to 0.05 degrees, with audible tones that tell you when you're perfectly level without looking at the bubble. The memory function stores measurements so you can match angles across a room. Contractors report saving hours on kitchen installs because they're getting perfect level on the first try, even in old houses with uneven walls. At $249, they're not cheap, but the time saved from not redoing unlevel work makes them essential for anyone who builds or installs anything that needs to be straight. How many times have you stepped back from a finished project only to notice it's visibly crooked? Tool number 8. Incro Precision Tools and Fence Systems. 1 mm off on your table saw equals disaster for your entire project. The Incro Precision T-Rules and Fence Systems use patented rack and pinion technology to position your fence in exact 1/32 inch increments. Cabinet makers can cut identical pieces weeks apart with zero variation. The built-in flip-stop system lets you preset multiple cuts without measuring twice. Woodworkers report 40% faster production times and virtually zero waste from miscuts. Starting at $220, these systems transform basic table saws into precision instruments. How much wood and time have you wasted from close enough measurements that weren't actually close enough? Tool number 9. Armor Tool Auto Adjust Toggle Clamps. Holding work securely while you cut is the difference between precision and emergency room visits. Armor Tool's Auto Adjust Toggle Clamps automatically compensate for different material thicknesses with the same clamping pressure every time. Their low-profile design means your router or saw never hits the clamp, and the 500-pound holding force means nothing shifts during cutting. Woodworkers report being able to cut complex joints in a single pass instead of multiple careful cuts. At $40 each, they're the affordable upgrade that dramatically improves safety and precision simultaneously. How many times has your workpiece shifted at the worst possible moment because your clamps weren't strong enough? Tool number 10. Bosch 180 key green beam self-leveling cross-line laser. Perfect alignment means nothing if you can't see your lines. The Bosch green beam laser projects lines 4x more visible than standard red lasers, even in bright workshops. It self-levels within 4 seconds and projects perfectly straight horizontal, vertical, and cross lines up to 100 feet away. The pulse mode works with laser receivers for outdoor use up to 165 feet away. Contractors report laying out entire room renovations in minutes instead of hours with chalk lines and manual levels. At $299, it's replacing multiple traditional tools while improving accuracy dramatically. How much time do you waste stretching string lines and using manual levels when you could have laser-perfect guidelines instantly? These aren't just upgrades, they're complete workshop transformations. From the Craig 720 Pro revolutionizing joinery to the Bosch green beam laser that makes perfect layout effortless, these tools aren't just making work easier, they're making your results professional. Which one solved your biggest workshop frustration? Hit that like button if you're already thinking about which one to get first. Drop a comment with your dream tool, and subscribe because we're just getting started with game-changing workshop secrets. Next week, the organization systems that let pros finish in hours what takes amateurs all weekend. Your workshop's transformation starts now.